Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you're safe and sound. Real Madrid take on PSG in the mind-boggling encounter at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's the game of games, the ultimate clash of titans. We have legends returning to Spain who have had historic moments in this very legendary stadium. We have a very distinguished PSG star who, according to the reports in the Spanish media, is going to receive a gesture of affection from the Bernabeu crowd. That would be one of the rare moments where the opposition player would be receiving such adulation from the Real Madrid fans. So you better be ready for an absolutely thrilling night. The ultimate day has arrived, and all we want here is for our players to showcase some world-class football and put up a valiant effort in our favorite competition. So in this video, we would be doing the match preview of Real Madrid versus PSG. We'll go through the words of Carlo Ancelotti, and we'll end this video by doing the match predictions. So come on, let's get started. And talking about the opposition that we face today, PSG are the runaway leaders in the French league with a comfortable 13-point gap at the top of the table. But if we just have a look at how the team has played since the first leg at the Parc des Princes, we can say they have faced some hardship in recent times. In the past 3 games, they lost to Nantes, secured a win against 17th place Saint-Etienne, and just a few days ago, they again had to face a frustrating defeat against Nice in the domestic league. So certainly, if we just compare the form of Real Madrid and PSG in the past 2 weeks, the Los Blancos have shown more improvement in terms of their overall gameplay. We are especially in a very good mood after the showing against Sociedad, and we would be looking to replicate the same with the backing of the home crowd. But talking more about the recent loss that PSG faced against Nice, there are 2 ways of looking at the loss. Firstly, from the point of view of an optimistic PSG fan, one would think that PSG had not fielded their strongest starting 11. In fact, many of the players who are regulars in the starting 11 were missing in the game. Obviously, Mbappe's absence was felt by PSG. In spite of the other attacking stars, he has truly emerged as the leader of the front 3. And as Nice manager Christophe Galtier rightly said after the game, there's a PSG with Kylian and there's another without Kylian. He is the difference maker, he is the best player in the world at the moment, and without him, to an extent, PSG seem to look toothless in attack. But apart from Mbappe, PSG also were missing some key players in the midfield and in defense. Gini Wijnaldum had managed to get some minutes, but he was largely disappointing in the game. You would expect him to be back on the bench after that showing, and if you look at the defense, there was no Kimpembe, no Nuno Mendes, and no Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi and Mendes do have a vital role to play in bringing more fluidity in attack. They make those dangerous overlapping runs. Hakimi especially can be seen getting at the end of those through balls in attack. So undeniably, when these players start today, PSG would be a different side. However, the performance against Nice can also be seen as a part of a trend which has been prevalent since the start of the season. We know PSG have failed to convince under Mauricio Pochettino. In fact, the first leg performance to an extent had taken all by surprise. They were not expected to play in that fashion. Real Madrid's defensive mindset of course tilted things in PSG's favour, but overall, if we are to criticize PSG, time and again, they have failed to live up to the expectations. They have certainly not lived up to the billing, and their football simply has not been pleasing to the eye. So yes, PSG, with the slender lead that they have and the roster they formed in the summer, have put themselves in a very good position to go through, but we also have to keep in mind that over the past few years, there have been 2 teams who have acquired specialization in bottling leads, one being arch rivals Barcelona, and the other, as you must have guessed, is the French outfit PSG. It would not be a surprise if PSG again repeat the heroics away from home, and judging by the away form they have had, things can certainly work out in favour of Madrid. Even if you consider the current season, in the past 10 away games, Pochettino's side has been able to prevail in just 4 out of 10 matches, and 2 of those wins came against lower league opposition in the Coupe de France. So it's going to be a game of enormous pressure. Both sides have the strengths and the weaknesses. Psychologically, Real Madrid must be in a better mindset considering that PSG have been disappointing in recent weeks, but at the moment the tie is evenly poised, and we should see nothing but drama come the end of the night. And talking about Real Madrid, this, as you see, is the squad for the game. We can see Toni Kroos and Fede Valverde, very importantly, would be available for Carlo Ancelotti. Valverde looks like he would be starting today, but we still have suspicions regarding the fitness level of Toni Kroos. Ancelotti yesterday had emphasized that if Kroos is not 100%, there's no chance of Kroos starting. So as things stand, we still don't know if Kroos would be ready for the season-defining game, but let's hope he can at least be ready to be used as a bench player in case he doesn't start, and in case Madrid have an emergency to deal deal with. Moving on, let's hear what the coach had to say in the pre-match press conference. Ancelotti was asked about Mbappe and about his fears going into the game, but firstly, while previewing the match, Ancelotti said, "There are many factors in these kind of games. The most important aspect is the mental side of things and the excitement levels. The important thing is that we still enjoy the backing of our fans, which is a big motivation. I see the team as being in good shape, motivated and relaxed, and we're going to produce our best performance." Then Ancelotti was asked what plans he had to stop Mbappe. The Frenchman undeniably is the biggest threat that Real Madrid have to deal with, and the coach responded, "Our game plan isn't just all about stopping Mbappe, it involves Neymar and Messi and all of PSG's good players. Our plan is to play as a unit both with and without the ball, display intensity for over 90 minutes, put in a strong all-rounded performance and produce a smart display. We mustn't go crazy out there because we've got to win in the game. It's not a case of having to thrash them. We may go in front early on or in the last minute. The important thing is to be in the game and play with intensity." Then Ancelotti was asked who has more to lose in the game. Will he lose more or will his team lose more if there was a mishap at the end of the night? And Ancelotti said, "When we lose as a group. Our objective is to remain in what's a very important competition for this club, and we've got the same to lose. This season goes on after this, and let's hope we are still in the Champions League. I'm certain that we will be, but PSG will be thinking exactly the same." And lastly, the coach was asked if Madrid will press higher in the game, and Ancelotti said, "Applying a high press is a part of a defensive mechanism. When you play against the likes of Mbappe and Neymar, you've got to be wary, and I think the fans will have a very important role to play. In that sense, we want to produce a performance that the fans want to see, and that's what we'll try to do." So those were the thoughts of the coach, and let's conclude this video by doing the match predictions. In goal, we would be having the dependable Thibaut Courtois. In the backline, Ancelotti has a headache to replace Ferland Mendy, and in his place, it is expected that Nacho would come in and play in the centre-back position along with Eder Militao. David Alaba is expected to play left-back, and on the right, Dani Carvajal must be having the desire to redeem himself in the second leg. We all know what happened in the first, and today the Spaniard needs to be extra focused and on his toes to deal with the firepower of PSG up top. In the midfield, Kroos may be starting with Fede Valverde and Luka Modric, but since there's a lot of doubts regarding his fitness level, I'll predict that Camavinga will play the role of a defensive midfielder. That's not the position that he's most comfortable in, but the team requires him to play that role. It's going to be a big night for him. He has done well against PSG in the past, and the Frenchman would be looking to put up a similar performance in the whites of Madrid. And finally in attack, Vinicius, Benzema and Asensio are the front three that is expected to start. So that, as you see, is my predicted lineup, and as for the scoreline predictions, I predict Real Madrid 3, PSG 1. And that is all I have here. Do let me know how you're feeling ahead of the game, and what scoreline are you predicting right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care, glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid.